did almost nothing. Alrighty then, welcome back to another episode of the fabled Stretchosaurus. Last time we managed to get to... Ooh, this is really good. Look at that, we have 100% mod on us, but since we logged in and out, it kind of disappeared and we can see our skin colors. But we're still caked in mud. That's freaking amazing. So last episode we managed to grow from juvie to adolescent. And it went quite well. We managed to get a trophy and did some questies, and now Big Quill Lake seems rather popular. Maybe we'll be able to sneak in a trophy. Let's see. We're still quite fast and have quite nice stamina. And we have quite the fall damage resistance as well, due to our small size. You can already hear footsies here. I wonder if I tap the ability once, if it's gonna reapply the entirety of the mod. Yeah, it does, yeah. See? Alright. That's quite nice though. Even the muddy texture, I find it to be quite nice. I think it's quite camo. It's camo worthy for sure. There's a chickaroni over there, Chick-fil-A. A white Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A and a Serato. Well, there's a picno over there. Yeah, I think it might be a nice idea to dip. Because it's gonna be a gamble. Trying to see if we can get a trophy. And it's gonna take quite some time. And we might get jumped by a mixed pack of carnies, so let's rather put that time and effort to better use. And just keep on going towards Burnt Forest and do some questies here over at the Sand Caverns. I am speed. Yeah, I mean, we could do the jump, probably survive. But I'm not really feeling that lucky. The jumping height is insane on this thing when you're small. I'm pretty sure this is where we did the pro gamer move last time. Yep, it is. Let's see if we can do the pro gamer move again. Yes, we are able to. Yes. Wait, what was that? Oh, It was the Loggy McLogson. Right, let's see if we get bloodstones. I'm locked and loaded here to pick them up. Oh, it's branches. Branchiosaurus. Branches. Is this gonna be enough? Need 3 more. Hello, Steve's cousin. How you doing? And does the Hawkthwa take stamina? Doesn't seem like it. It has a 1-minute cooldown. What? I thought it would be like 30 seconds only. Right. You're too loud, Steve Jr. You're way too loud, buddy. And so the Stretchosaurus is... It feels so nice in this current growth stage. I can only hope that it's better when it's the full adult. I mean, it almost has. We did talk about the stats of it. At the beginning of the beginning of the last episode, and it turns out that it has pretty much almost the same stamina as a Allosaurus. However, it has much better stamina regen. So I hope that that much better stamina regen is noticeable when you are trotting, you know. Because stamina regen is... So this is from me playing theisle. There used to be some dinos that had really good stamina regen while they were trotting. And one such example was the Dilophosaurus. And it's not really that important to have sleeping / sitting stamina regen, as it is important to have good stamina regen while trotting. But in this game, there's no distinguishment. Is that a word? Between those two. So venomous spines available. Okay. So just what I'm trying to say is, because it has way better stamina regen than an allo, I hope that it is noticeable when I'm trotting around, not just sleeping. What was this ability again? Caked on, okay. We need strong legs because caked on is pretty useless. Last time it rained, pretty much took away our buff almost immediately. Even with caked on, so there's no point in having it. Succulents. Some succaronis. So I'm really like, the reason why I decided to go and play, well, decided to start growing a Miragaya is because I wanted a dinosaur that would be able to consistently punish raptor packs. And I feel that with the reflected damage it has going and the paralysis right, it is going to demolish pouncing raptors. Because also when they bite you, they take headshot damage. For some reason, when you're latched onto, or when you're biting a dinosaur that has reflect, the source of the damage, which in this case is your mouth because you're biting, is the one that takes damage. So they're getting the maximum amount of damage that they can receive. And because of the insane combat weight difference, because this is not a Kentril, this is a allo-sized creature, the damage should be substantial. And if not just the damage, the paralysis alone is gonna make them slow and sluggish enough to where I can just go and tail whack them. So yeah, high hopes for that one. Go the way I'm thinking it will go. Yeah, look at how quickly the debuff wears off. And no, it isn't that quickly because I have caked on, but still, it is too fast. It should have been at least half of or a quarter of this rate with caked on. Burnt Forest. This is the least favorite quest. The quest I enjoy the least in this zone. But it's a good thing because once this quest is over, then I can just get the nice quests. Not sure if it's even worth trying to replenish the buff while where it's getting drained by the water. Could be just a waste of time. We can let it run out and then just apply it once we're fully dry. So I guess the biggest enemy when you're playing a mud build, because this is my build, I apologize for not showing it earlier. So the biggest problem, I guess, is that once it rains, you're pretty much effed. Once it rains, you lose your armor. And that is, it basically nullifies your build to an extent. Am I hearing footsteps or what? I'm only doing this because I think I hear footsteps. Okay, so no matter the wetness amount on me, the drain is the same. So I think the verdict is that the caked on passive is a good idea. There's a good idea behind it, however, the execution is a bit poor and it needs to be buffed by at least twice the amount. So I would realistically put it up to 40 times. 40 times longer. 40 times longer would be, I think, in a good spot. So that when you get wet and the wetness debuff lasts for 3 minutes, it will take you to like 50% of your muddiness, rather than just, you know, remove it completely more than twice over. Nice, the food seek quest now. Now, one problem I have with this zone is the fact that the clamps are covered in like char. And you can barely see them, because everything else on the ground is charred. So they kind of blend in with the debris really well. And well, in this case, see, the sand kind of makes it stand out. But in places where there are little stones, it becomes harder and harder to find them. Nice, gotta get some mushies. Amanita mushies, my favorite mushies in the game. Mushy mushy. So once we hit subadult and unlock our second tail slot, we're gonna start using the tail barrage. That thing, I like that. That is the only, arguably the only barrage ability that I like. Simply because of how incredibly fast it is. It dishes out the 3 hits in almost no time at all. And does a massive amount of damage. However, I also want to, when I get the chance, to roll with the detonate build, simply because detonate does 250 damage. So, if I'm not mistaken, Sarko's bite does like 210. And Sarko has like 5k combat weight. And this thing has 4k combat weight and does 250 damage with a full charge detonate. So it would do about the same damage as a freaking Sarko bite, Sarko charge bite, which is quite insane, to say the least. Like, you could literally just delete a Conka or a Paki when they're 70% health. Not that they'd be that much health after inflicting maximum venom or toxin on them, but just for the sake of the argument. Alright, let's get our food quest done. Not delay it any longer. We're slowly starting to become little chunkers. The Stretchosaurus. The Stretchochonkosaurus. Chunker Stretchosaurus. Now, I still have no idea how well the past video did, because I'm recording this one within the same day as the last Miragaya episode. And that one hasn't been released yet, but I really do hope that you guys enjoy Miragaya footage. And I absolutely cannot wait to get this thing to fully grown and just go wreak havoc in Grand Plains. And also specifically just dismantling the raptor groups. It's gonna be like that is my main mission. Because the raptor packs are pretty much the bane of any apex. Well, any dino in general, right? But with this thing, it should be like the counter to raptor packs. I mean, arguably the Kentro is a counter as well, but Kentro is way squishier than the Miragaya. It's a tiny Ceratops for sure. So Kentro is way smaller. And it could possibly fall prey to, say, a couple of raptors that know how to use their ripping kick well. But with Miragaya, I think that's way harder to do. Also, I'm not sure exactly, but doesn't Miragaya also inflict bleed with its spines, or is it just paralysis? I'm really confused about that part, because I don't remember. I'm more willing to say that it doesn't, because bleed and paralysis would be a bit too OP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that instead of inflicting bleed like the Kentra does, Miragaya inflicts paralysis by default. Attacking Miragaya applies paralysis, increases cooldowns up to 40%, reduces speed up to 20%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only paralysis as a default debuff, which is quite nice. Paralysis is definitely a very strong debuff. Very strong. Feel like a little race car with this thing. How stretched it is, it's hilarious. I really like that we have kind of a front-facing attack in the form of Lash. Because we can chase somebody and say that somebody is paralyzed or is next close to being paralyzed, and we can just whack them with a Lash once we're in close enough range. But the drinking animation is really dope. Just dunking its head in water. That's always the most optimal way of drinking water, you guys. You just want to go to the sink and kind of like dunk your head inside. Or a bathtub. And then just drink away. It always works for me. I feel like I heard something. Envenomation. Ooh, almost enough for the strong legs, I think it's called. Now over to... Ooh, this is tough. There's like 1, 2, 3 location quests right next to each other. We probably have to grab all of them before moving on to whatever the name of that is. I always say it's ocean stacks and it ends up being something entirely different. Is it ocean pillars? Maybe I got it right this time around. It's quite rhythmic, the footsies on this dinosaur. It's like... You hear that? Okay, you hear that now? Like making music when I'm rolling around with this thing. Is the Bart a dinosaur, you guys? It's confirmed now. It's canon now. Right, so Caketon is kind of bleh, and Counterturn is even more bleh. So Strong Legs remains a solid choice when there's nothing else better. And nothing else matters. And Fracture Healing, but the knockback resistance is quite nice. So, like Titans and whatever, like Apexes cannot just whack us away with their tails. So, there's a Suckeroni quest. We shall go to the hot springs. We just doused ourselves in our own hot tua. That's totally not disgusting or weird at all. Let's see if there's any customers here. Right, almost halfway to sub. That's quite nice. Whoa, 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 chill. Right, there's some suckeronis here. I think we might be able to finish this quest. Steve's cousins are everywhere, and they're super loud. Yet Steve himself is just... he's a giga chat and doesn't need to scream or yell. Because everybody knows that if he did that, he would just delete the entire game. That's how powerful Steve is, you guys. You better not mess with Steve. As a fair warning. Never mess with Steve, you guys. Steve is the mascot of this game. Somebody took the branchios. See if we can get enough. If not, we're gonna call Steve and find anyone who did this and punish them accordingly. Just saw hats go towards Savannah there. That's a Roni. Alright, almost. Almost. There we go. Ah, that's very nice. Now we got to collect the wood. Collect the flowers. And flowers here are very scarce. But we could do a pro gamer move and just move towards the Savannah grassland. And get a location quest as well as the flowers. Well, we can get the flowers at Desolate Pass, so that's nice. Oof. We almost got wet there. That was close. Very close. It's a little land bridgey thing here that you have to jump, I think, in order to cross. And we just have the right amount of jump, I believe. Oh, it's like this. Oh no. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Oh, the Brits would say it. Oh no. Wait. Oh, that's so good. We just... Alright. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Learned something new. You can literally just touch the tippity tip here of that land bridge and the game counts you as being inside Savannah. So that's the freest location quest. Ever. That's just free real estate, you guys. That's a hilarious joke, by the way. It's the first time I paid attention to the sleeping animation of Miragaya, and it looks really awesome. Now we gotta get to the hunter's thickness, you guys. Sorry, the huntress's thickness. Correction there, very important piece of information. Petition to change name to huntress's thickness. Oh, we got the... okay. I think we can get the flowers over there. That's really nice. Yeah, let's go. I'll just walk in this way because I want to avoid getting wet. This is looking good. The video is still at what now? 30 minutes and we're over halfway. That's very good progress, you guys. I need to, yeah, I really want to grow this thing as soon as possible, so don't be surprised if the next episode is also going to be a Miragaya one. Although the next one is going to be quite quick because we'll get access to the nesting quests the moment that we unlock subadult growth stage. Right, now you just gotta make it across. And we're Gucci. Ooh, we gotta get the flowers quickly. Don Lebrowski. Yeah, there's a pasture. Yeah, that's not... we're not gonna get them because we won't get them in time, and we're just gonna deplete the flowers in the area for the next flower quest. So we gotta let this one go. Amanita, perfect. Where is this location? Oh, okay. Birchwoods. I see. Didn't know Miragaya could crouch. Looks even weirder. The weird Stretchosaurus. No, we can't fit in here. Oh, there we go. That somehow worked. We did a friggin' 360 and then just backpedaled our way out of there. Kinda reminds me, someone mentioned in the comments that turning around and going backwards somehow makes it possible for you to fit through areas where you normally aren't able to. Well, we are quite chunkers now. This is so nice. It's definitely... oh no. Got our first customer. This Serrata even fully grown? Did almost nothing. Lebrowski, what are you doing? Do these guys seriously think they can take me on? Oh, he's hurt, I think. Does look quite hurt. Ooh, we almost got him. Come here, bro. Wanted to fight? Why are you running? Why are you running? Well, he's gonna come if we attack this buddy here. Oh, he's slow as crap because of the paralysis. Oh, he's got a lot of stacks right now. That can be good. There's a big footsies that I had. Oh, there's a pig now. Getting attacked by Atsy boy. Nice. Get him, get him, get him. Is he really gonna be that petty? Nice, you got him. Get the trophy, get the trophy. Is that his tail sticking out? Yeah, you got the trophy. See if this guy gives us the trophy or not. Call Lebroski. Oh, yikes. Ah, no trophy, huh? Oh well. And the Rex and the Serrata got away because they realized I was whooping their behind. It was quite fun nonetheless, actually. I always like it when I get action when I'm growing a dinosaur. That was quite nice. Oh, Lebroski. See, now I get flowers. I wonder if the Rex and Serrata are still around. But Serrata probably thought that his Rex buddy was Superman. And that he could just break me and the Rex would get me. Didn't even have the tail barrage, because if I did, it would have been really bad for them. Right, let's top off our muddy armor. You saw how little damage we took, and also the HP regen is quite insane, especially with the subspecies that gives us extra health regen. This is kind of how I would like the mud buff to look at 100%. It's more realistic rather than being 100% covered with mud. I mean, I guess it's more for, you know, indicator reasons to tell the player that I'm fully caked in mud, rather than, you know, aesthetical reasons. Also, I don't get how that Picno couldn't get away from two Hatses. Like, it's the easiest thing to do ever. You literally just run in a forest with trees. You have one of the best staminas in the game. You have the best charge in the game. You have braced legs. You have every single tool available to you to get away from two Hatses. And easily turn on them and clap them. Yet this guy somehow got bested by two Hatses. And this terrain wasn't even in favor of the Hatses either. The Hats Vengers, lol. I can already feel that I'm going to be having a lot of fun with this dinosaur. Nice. One of the best quests in the world. And we're already about to get the food quest back. Oh man, I want that Rex and Serrata duo again. I want to continue where we left off. Finish what they started. Bit surprised because it took a lot of hits to stack up the paralysis. Why have I never realized that there's white flower patches here? and instead been struggling with those freaking red flowers. Wow, my life has been a lie. And also there's stones here for no reason as well. There's no rock quests here. Let's hope we don't get the obnoxious flower delivery quest here in Snake Gully. I really hope we don't. Alright, so the plan is as always to be... Oh my god, we did... Blech. The plan as always is to be... or not to be, Topkek. Is to be in Rainbow Hills. Or rather finish off the adolescent girl stage and be in Rainbow Hills by the time that we're big enough. We're about to get sub-adult, and then just to do the nesting quest there, because in this spot here there's pretty much all the nesting items required to build a nest. They're available there. So the idea is to be sub-adult by the time we reach that particular spot. Now let's get strong legs. Nice. Oh, we forgot to get forager. Because with forager we will get hungry much more quickly. Actually, I don't think it's too late to get that. But I don't want to use up 600 marks. That's the problem. Because I want to unlock the other passives in order for us to be able to run a detonate build whenever in the future. And we do need both of them. So let's just unlock both. The next thing we need to unlock is envenomation. And I think we're pretty much set. We got strong legs now, so we're gonna be way less affected by knockback. So kicked on isn't really that good, because when wet, it's not enough to stop you from going from 100% to 0. So just, you know, kind of makes it go slower, which is not that slow. So it doesn't really matter whether you have it or not. Much rather prefer the extra fracture healing and the insane knockback resistance. Okay. Alright, well that makes sense. Guys, I swear this isn't scripted. That just happened. Did the hats crash into a tree or something? That's just insane. Wow, okay. You see guys, some things are meant to be and some things aren't. And when something is meant to be, it's gonna happen in a way you don't expect it. And in this case, it was this trophy right there. Never in a million years did I think that was gonna happen, nor anticipate it, but hey. Thank you random hats who crashed into a tree. It just gave us some much needed extra growth. I thank you on behalf of my viewers, because you just made it possible for them to see the Mira guy in action sooner. Ooh, hello Mr. Titan. Are you big? Are you small? He looks sub-adultish. Let's have some fun, you guys. We got a trophy, so let's celebrate. Is he sub-adult? Or is he adult? Don't juke. Did he juke there? Or did he dash like that? Ooh, the sweet headshot there. Bro! What? Don't juke, bro. We just gotta be careful because our stamina is gonna run out. Wait, so he is taking away armor with each hit, so 5% per hit. Easy low and stun. Oh, he's almost at full stacks. Oh, shut up, bro. You're much bigger than I am. Well, that was a good fight. See you later, bro. I gotta heal, and heal fast. So, this is kinda interesting. The mud armor wearing off is a tiny bit of an issue. Don't get me wrong, like, it's still very strong. So 5% per hit. So each hit, so think of it this way. Think of it having 20 stacks, and each hit received takes away 1 stack, and 1 stack is 2.5% damage reduction, right? So you need to get bit 20 times for you to lose the mud armor. Now the question is this, you know, is this better than having the toxin / venom? And if I had the venom, this guy would have been envenomed for life. Would have messed up his stamina regen a lot. And having toxin just, you know, makes them have 20% less max health, which is also very strong. So I'm really conflicted now. Should I keep rolling with the mud armor or not? Now the thing is that with Kentro the detonate is worse because it does little damage and arguably the bleed does way more damage than detonate. And it gets rid of the bleed, but in this case, the detonate can take away the venom or the toxin. And I guess the toxin is way stronger on apexes. But on smaller targets, the detonate is going to be more worth than the toxin stacks. And if you're running venom, then it doesn't matter either way. Oh, so I really want to try the different builds on this thing. I don't know, like I feel like the I feel like the toxin is stronger, but I kind of want to roll with venom for that added pressure. And, you know, the psychological effect of it flooding your screen with a green effect around it, and also destroying your stamina regen. And it coupled with the slow from the I can speak. The slow from the paralysis kind of makes it really powerful. And also, if I want to use detonate, I don't really care. I can just slap it, you know. You can get rid of it and reapply it again. And venom is easy enough to apply. I guess it would be nice if I could test it. Just how many hits it takes to fully envenom somebody. Oh, this is another thing, you guys. With venom, I think once somebody is fully envenomed, they change texture. They visually look like a freaking algae. So I think that's an indicator that somebody is fully envenomed, and that is also would be like the green light for me to use the detonate. So I think we might run with envenom and detonate. And I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna scream at me for not using tail barrage, but maybe I could just, you know, not use the normal tail attack and swap the normal tail attack with the tail barrage, since it doesn't say that the tail barrage has any stamina usage. But we will see. Is that an alpha? Looks quite chompers. Oh, now we're starting to get heavy. We're starting to get really heavy now. Hello, mister. Are you gonna attack us? Or we're gonna attack you then? Yeah, I have a feeling that playing in Venom Miragaya would be very suitable for our playstyle. Because I could just take things very chill. And it would apply so much pressure on the opponent. Whereas the toxin is just makes it easier for you to get them, but there's no like psychological pressure involved in toxin the way it is for venom. And also there's no way, at least that I know, for you to know when the toxin level is high enough on a target where you can use detonate. And the best thing about it is that you don't have to use it until you are ready to use it, so people will not know that you have detonate until it hits them very, very hard. Let's see what the cooldown on detonate is. 8 seconds, okay. Wait, it does 20 plus 0 to 250, so it does a whopping 270 even. If fully stacked. That is insane, you guys. Wow. That is simply nuts. That's unreal. Right, this should put us into two tail slot territory, so we can go back to the home cave and start rolling with our build, with the new build. Now, how much do we need for... Yeah, there we go, see that? 800 for envenomation. 5% less base damage. I'm not sure if this is worth though. 5% less damage on a max detonate would result in minus... What the frick? It would result in minus 18.5 damage. So no, not 18.5. Would result in minus 13.5 damage. Because 10% of 270 is 27, 5% of that is half of that, which is 13.5. Which is really not much, but I don't think we need it. And we lost our ability to jump. Okay, let's start with a quick nesty quest. Wait, what do we need? Rocks, reeds, and roots. And do we have everything here? Almost. The reeds are here, the rocks are here. Just the roots are up there. I like big roots and I cannot lie. No, game, we're not doing the obnoxious delivery quest as much as you want to. We're not gonna be doing that. Oh yeah, and this is another, I guess, quote-unquote, good thing about rolling with the detonate build is that we don't really need to fear water any longer, nor is rain going to ruin our build. So, with the tail barrage, because you guys are probably screaming at me for getting detonate instead of the tail barrage. Tail barrage does 45 damage 3 times if it hits 3 times. Which is 135 damage, which is exactly half of a full detonate. Just to put into perspective how much damage detonate does. Okay, let's do this. And let's get our trusty detonate. And let's get the venomous spines. Right, alrighty then. And we made it to well past subadult. And again within an hour, so that's a resounding success. Hopefully next episode we're gonna get to adult and pretty much make it to get some fights, get some good content. I really have high hopes for this dinosaur. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and join as a member if you'd like to support the channel further. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later.